I'm glad that this little thing works as well as it's, as well as it is.
I use my phone. I have an old phone, so I figured that the camera looks better anyway. We're live now.
Yeah, that was my backup plan, was the phone. That's what I used last time.
Phone always works. All right, do the intro.
Let's do it.
With your hosts, Wayne Moon, Greg Narlow, and Lou Banks.
Welcome to Rat Salad Review. Hello, welcome. Hello,
Willkommen bei Rat Salad Review, Mutterfikas.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, and Bobby Lucas. Welcome back.
Bobby Leatherlungs, Lucas.
Thank you.
Leatherlungs. What is with that leather lungs? Where'd that come from?
That came actually from way back in, I think, 1998. It was right after the first Seven Witches came out. It was somebody in the German press that said it, and it just stuck.
Really? Oh, so you had nothing to do with you. It just came out of nowhere.
No, well, what happens is people in your band, they'll start using it to goof on you and stuff like that. I hate it personally.
You don't like it? Why do you put it on
sorry.
I don't know. I'm on the fence still. Still on the fence since 98, 99. I thought I shut my notifications off, but I don't know how to use this phone.
Right.
I don't know how to use nothing.
We like to have interruptions during the show. That's fine.
Jesus, Mary. I still don't know how to use that.
And pets, we welcome pets. That's a beautiful cat you have back there.
Oh, you can see my cat?
Yeah.
They always want to get in on the act.
He was photobombing you, video bombing.
The gray and white one?
Yes.
Or the black one.
Oh, the black and white one.
Okay, that's Freddie.
Hey, Freddie, meow meow.
I'm a crazy cat person.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm allergic to cats, but I do love them. I'm a dog lover
I am
myself.
too. I am too allergic too. I swear to God, I am. I became allergic though.
Really?
Yeah, I have allergies to some fruits too that just came out of nowhere. Avocados. I can't eat avocados no more. That sucks, man.
Really?
No guacamole. Boo.
That sucks, dude. I used to love
Had
those.
avocado yesterday on my shrimp taco.
They're the best. Shut
Don't
up.
brag.
Come on, you're teasing me now.
So it just came out of nowhere. Huh? I remember you on the last show that you were on. You said you had COVID. Did it have anything to do with that, or it just came out of nowhere?
Nah, you know what? This was before I got the COVID.
Oh, okay.
Shortly before.
All right. That's strange.
That's weird.
And then the cat thing. Yeah, I'm allergic to cats too, but I have a long-haired cat. I'm not allergic to her.
Like a Persian?
No, it's kind of like a Maine Coon, but not really a Maine Coon. It looks like a Maine Coon.
I know somebody who's got a Maine Coon. They're freaking beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're gigantic. Dude.
Yeah. My last cat was a Maine Coon, and he was pretty. Everybody thought he was a dog.
Awesome. They have great personalities too.
They do.
Yes.
That cat. Oh my God, that cat was almost like a human.
How shocked they must have been when they heard the Pekingese go meow.
Yeah. Right.
Oh man, I've had cats all my life. My mother,
Really?
She used to feed the cats. She had 30 in the backyard.
Oh my God.
She was legit.
Yeah, Lord.
Crazy cat lady.
Because she doesn't have any anymore. But yeah, lots of cats, man.
Wow.
But I love all animals.
Yeah, it's the way to be. Well, we're not here to talk about animals. Well, although you are an animal, Bobby.
Yeah, no.
And we got John Stanley in the room, and he says, "Cheers, Bobby."
What, Stanley? What's up,
So
brother?
we hope to
Cheers,
have a lot
bro.
of your listeners to your show. Talk about that, your radio show. What got you started in that?
I really honestly don't know. I think somebody might have said along the way, because I'm very critical,
Hmm.
and I'm like the kind of guy, if I don't like it, I don't like it. And I'm going to tell
Right.
you, and then we were in Greece, and I think it was like real late, and I was drinking that Greek moonshine. Oh, fuck, I can't remember.
Uzo, or is it
No, not
Red-
Uzo.
Raki?
I was disappointed in Uzo because they kept telling me, oh, how fucked up it's going to get you and how drunk it's going to get me. I was doing shots of it, and I was like, well, I'm waiting to pass out still, because they're like, oh, you're going to pass out. So then when we got to one area, it's made with the grape seeds. The seeds.
Reki. It's Reki. Reki. That's what it is.
No, it wasn't called Reki, but it's made from the seeds or the stems or some shit. And it's a brandy. They consider it a brandy.
Metaxa?
Damn, man, I can't think of it.
I can't think of it either. I named all the popular Greek liqueurs.
Oh, wait. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Ciprico or Sipuru. Sipiru.
Cipriana?
Sipiru or Sipiru. It's called.
Oh man, I've never heard that one.
And it's like every town or every province or whatever has their own version of it. And you like it's literally now it's bottled, because I can find it here in the United States now.
I gotta ask my uncle.
Sipuru is how you pronounce it. It starts with a T, TS, Sipuru. But it's phenomenal, man. It's a strange tasting, almost like a, I can't explain it. It's like a gin, man.
I am ashamed to be Greek right now because I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
I've never had this.
If you guys ever get the chance, try it, man. If you
On
guys,
a Wayne straight edge. No,
I'm
that's
not drinking.
if you like
Little
me on
bit
the
here and
occasion, I only drink when my buddy FJ comes over. He's a bad influence. That's it. Other than that, I don't touch the stuff no more.
I started drinking out of the womb. My first communion, I was 9 months old. So they start you young in the Greek church.
That's great.
So how'd that become into the radio show? How did that happen?
Oh yeah.
You got
He
you
was
got
drunk. That's how it happened.
That's pretty much it.
Well, we were talking music with some Greek guys, and it was like 3 of us attacker, 4 of us attacker guys. And Mikey Benetatos goes, he goes, you're such a bully. He goes, because I was saying whatever band sucked at the time. And he's like, oh, you're such a bully. He's your metal bully. And he called me the metal bully. And I was just, after that, it was stuck. And then I used to pose questions on my page, and, people would chime in and give their opinions and all. And I had mentioned to somebody, I was thinking about starting a radio show. And then somebody got in touch with me, who shall remain nameless. He's actually no longer with us, but his station will remain nameless, because we started off on a good foot, but then they wanted to censor me. They're like, no, you can't do that, because I want to do skits and stuff, because I do voice acting too. So they're like, well, I don't make any money doing it. So not yet. Come on, man. Somebody got to get me a paying voice acting job. I want to do some cartoon stuff.
Hey,
you
Funimation, hiring for your next Dragon Ball Z spinoff.
Yeah, and that's what happened. So they didn't want to, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to not do it, because once you start with a little bit of censorship, more and more and more. So if I gave in, I said, that's all right, man. And then a very dear friend of mine who recently passed, Robin Souls, she got in touch with me, and she's like, I can get you a Metal Messiah. And I was like, oh yeah. She's like, yeah, let me talk to LC. And she talked to him, and one thing led to another, and I started doing it. And I had my buddy Roach as co-host, and we were Metal Bully and a Roach, and we did, very like a Stern kind of thing, because I've been listening to Stern, and before that, Imus, actually. My father used to drive me home from me staying on the weekend, and we would listen to Imus on our way home. And I was like, oh my God, holy shit. You're a kid, you're like 10 years old, and you hear Imus, you're like, oh my God, And my father, you're like, don't tell your mother I had this on the fucking radio, I'll be like, okay, I won't tell her. And then Stern, when I was in high school, and that was it. Like probably started listening to Stern. Maybe I was about 16,
Mm.
something like that. So, plus I'm an idiot. I like to make people laugh. So
Not wrong with that. We need
I'll
humor
do
in the world.
anything for a laugh, you know?
That's how you got to be, especially if you're going to be in the entertainment field. You have to be funny, and you got to make people laugh.
Gotta
How long
enjoy-
have you been doing the voice acting?
Oh, dude, I'm just goofing. I mean, I'm not really a legit. I mean, my own stuff I am, but oh man, I've been doing voices since forever, man. Since school,
Yeah.
since Catholic school. There's
wow.
that's another tell. That's a big tell that I went
Alright.
to Catholic school for 9 years. So
Dear
that
And
Lord.
you went the whole time? They didn't kick
9
you out?
years, man. My mother,
Wow.
because my mother went. So
Yeah.
naturally they wanted to put me in and literally paid to have the shit beat out of me constantly. They pay tuition to get your ass beat because I was at the tail end of that. I was 1980. I graduated from Catholic school.
Wow.
So yeah, man, they were still whooping ass back then.
Yeah.
My mother had it worse though. My mother had to kneel on raw rice, so I never had to do that.
Well, that's good. That's crazy, man. So what got you into singing? Because I know who you are. Well, I knew who you were when I added you on Facebook.
Nobody
like,
knows
somebody
who I am.
No, not really. I don't think so. No.
Well,
I'm
I'm gonna
But
drop
like 2 years
a bomb
ago.
right now.
Well, go ahead.
I knew who you were from Overlorde's Return of the Snow Giant.
Yeah, that's
And
one.
I fucking love that record.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Killer vocal performance. I wasn't there, but I saw the video performance from the Keep It True festival in Germany.
Yeah, that was
You
a lot of
guys
fun.
killed it.
Lots of fun that was. Yeah, I love going overseas, man. Germany, especially, because I was born in Germany, in Würzburg.
Oh, really?
Würzburg, Bavaria. Yeah, I was born.
Army brat or yeah.
Yes, exactly. An army brat. My dad was stationed, over there. So my mom went 6 months pregnant with me because she missed my old man. And then she popped me out over there on the base. So they lived off base, though. They were renting an apartment. And my mother still talks about how wonderful those people were. How good they treated her and my father and stuff. And when I was born, she's got pictures of them holding me and stuff. It felt good to be able to go there. And especially that I got to play in Würzburg years later.
Very cool.
Yeah, I've been to Germany the most, back and forth a lot, but other places too. But yeah, man, I digress. So I forget. Singing. Catholic school, man, again.
Really?
They were the culprits. Yeah. Mrs. Mercurio. I didn't know I could sing. She told me I could sing because we'd sing every first Friday. We were down in church. We had a church literally in the basement that looked like something out of a fucking horror movie, dude. It was always dimly lit with the fucking candles. And it just had it had a creepy atmosphere. It was
Churches are very creepy.
Old church, man. And we had to go every first Friday of the month, man. And we'd have to sing the hymns. And she heard, she heard potential in me. You're gonna be the boy singer to lead the boys, and then this girl Annette Vargas, you're gonna be the girl. Lead the girls. We had to stand in the front. I didn't want to do it at first.
Right.
She threatened me. She says, I'm gonna make you sing in front of the whole auditorium. Because this school went like once a month to the auditorium, or every couple months up to the auditorium. We had it's like a Catholic school pep rally. Insane.
Right. Yeah.
It was insane. But yeah, that was it. And then I started singing in church because I had to.
Now, were you into metal music at the time?
Well, I started getting into metal music because of my cousin Alan, because he's a little older than me. And he turned me on to like Sabbath, Deep Purple, Alice Cooper,
The classics.
Kiss, and Zeppelin. That was my first introduction to heavy music. And this was maybe the end of 7th grade, going into 8th grade, because I can remember him playing the first Sabbath album for me, and he said, you know, it scared the shit out of me, really, because of the bells and the rain and the thunder and all. But I was into that because I love horror movies. So one thing led to another. But I still say that the kings of metal, like the guys who invented it, were Sabbath, Deep Purple, and Led Zeppelin. It's like it's the unholy trio right there.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
They pretty much carved out a genre that's still going, man.
Yeah. Now we're talking about your radio show and how you got to start and everything, and you're picking on, talking about bands you don't like. So what's one of the bands that you like really despise?
Severed Angel. No, just kidding.
It's just a loaded. You hit me with the loaded questions already.
Yeah. Come on.
Well, Wayne don't hold back. He likes complete honesty.
Man.
Hey, Blabbermouth, here's your head title.
You want me to throw somebody under the bus now?
And why is it Godsmack?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Some of the new metal stuff I really didn't like. Disturbed, I can't stand that fucking band.
Yeah, I can't like them either.
And the guy's such an asshole too. The singer, he doesn't sing. He fucking barks, man.
Right, yeah. And he looks like Phil Collins.
And it's like every fucking song he was doing some kind of different fucking stupidity. And I'm like, what the fuck are you in a fucking zoo, or are you on a microphone? I don't like David Draymond at all, man. But I don't like the band. The guitar player is good, man. If he played with me, it'd be something different. Yeah.
Eric.
I'm just kidding.
Eric Hurst. I can't pronounce that. He just said Bobby. Some guy, Eric Hurson or whatever. I don't know.
And John Stanley said Green Day sucks. I agree.
Green Day, yes. He knows I hate Green Day. I don't like that fucking Billy Joe Armstrong guy either, with his fake fucking English accent. Listen, if you could like punk rock all day fucking long, okay? But if you're from the fucking United States, you don't sing with a fucking British accent, because that's like the worst thing you could fucking possibly ever do, in my opinion. Anyway. There's another band doing it now, a young band. I can't remember the name, but I was like, oh no. And they're from the United States. They're as American as I am. So
even Madonna started doing it for a while.
No, she started talking like that.
Madonna
started talking like that in daily conversation.
And now she looks like a fucking Muppet.
That's an insult to all Muppets, Wayne. Take that back.
That's true. I'm sorry. I take it back.
Look at Madonna.
We like the Muppets.
Take a look at her. She's fucking nuts anyway.
She is nuts.
She deliberately makes herself look like the fucking guy from fucking Jigsaw. She looks
yes.
Hello,
come
Wayne.
on stage on a bicycle.
Fucking Baphomet, she looks like and shit. She really does look like a fucking demonic fucking person, man.
Yeah, she does not look like a human.
She had the curls and all, like fucking ram horns and whatnot. Yeah, freaky, man. Freaky.
Yeah, she's crazy.
No eyebrows, dude. 0 eyebrows.
Well, even the eyebrows are scared to stay on her face now.
That's fucking crazy.
What'd you do? And then he just left.
Oh my God, man.
I never thought she was all that anyways back in the day.
No, she never did nothing for me either, to be honest with you. She never did nothing for me. My buddy's brother, oh my God, he had Madonna posters all over his wall.
I'll take Apollonia, Vanity, and Sheena Easton any day over Madonna.
I used to have a fucking Vanity poster on my wall when I was a kid. I had Samantha Fox. The cans on her, Mamma Mia. And
she still looks good.
Samantha Fox. I had Vanity. And I had that famous Farrah poster when I was a kid. Farrah Fawcett. But I don't know. I got to say, out of the Charlie's Angels, Jacqueline Smith, man, was always the hottest, in my opinion. She was gorgeous, man.
All right. I don't know how we got into this subject.
Like I said,
you asked him to throw a band he hates under the bus.
Yes, and we got to go to Madonna.
You're the one that mentioned Madonna.
I'm trying to get you to forget about that. So I don't have to do it. All right, Styx. Styx. I hate Styx, man.
Oh,
out of all the bands, Styx, you're gonna pick Styx?
The
I
Grand
would-
Delusion. I like. That's it. I
Mm.
couldn't. You know what? I just couldn't get into them at the time. I guess, man. That Cornerstone album is when they started to really get commercial, and then Kilroy was here. No. I had a buddy that was a Styx fan. You know, no, I can't do the Styx thing. I could do Journey, dude, and
Nice.
Foreigner, but I can't do Styx. I just don't know. His voice irks me.
I can't
What do you
do
think
Journey
about the?
now.
I know. What do you think about all the Journey nonsense that's going on? Well, they're hiring bodyguards now, I guess. from each other.
Journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan Cain and Neil Sean are now in a lawsuit with each other, and they're the two 50-50 partners in Journey.
Oh,
So now
shit.
Sean's got private security outside of his dressing room because, well, I don't know why it happened, but because of that, Jonathan Cain started putting private security outside of his dressing room. So now it's like, the two of them can't communicate without their attorneys.
It's over,
ridiculous.
dude. Once it gets to that point, it's over, man.
Even the singer, he's like, afraid.
Is
He
Dean
don't wanna come out of the room.
Castronovo on drums still?
Yeah, he's back. He's back on drums.
Oh. He's back.
Mhm.
And who's singing the young Filipino?
Yeah, it's still Arnel
Yeah.
Pineda.
Yeah, he's very good.
He
He's
is.
very good. But Steve Algeri was good too, because I saw them with both. I saw them with Steve Algeri. I thought he was fantastic, man.
He was. I saw him literally a week before they replaced him with Jeff Scott Soto.
Now that I got to check out, because I like Jeff Scott Soto. I'm very curious as to what that sounded like.
There is a lot of YouTube bootlegs of the Jeff Scott
sure.
Soto era. Okay, well, hold on. Eric just responded. Vanity, the chicken penthouse who was Miss America. That's Vanessa Williams, the pop
Vanessa
star.
Williams. Yeah, I remember her.
Early Sticks pre-A&M Records is killer. Talk about the new Attacker album, you prick. Wayne, move on to that.
I'm
subject.
trying. You know what? I don't see any of these comments.
Wow.
Oh, there
There's
you go.
not,
That's weird.
there's not much I can tell you, but the exciting part is, yes, we are working on it, and not recording yet. We are writing, and things are going good. We're probably got about starting like a 6th song. So,
Hmm. Well, what's taking so long?
Oh, jeez.
well, what's taking so long was we had the COVID for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I had a little bit of a writer's block because I had COVID twice, and I started getting really forgetful. After I had 104-degree fever 3 nights in a row.
Wow.
And I was in the hospital the first time around. I was in the hospital because
Did it turn into COVID pneumonia?
well, no, what it was, actually, they were surprised at how clear my lungs were. The doctor, the infectious diseases doctor, was like shocked. Like, oh my, he's like, your lungs are still operating at like 70% capacity. He goes, and they should be a lot, they should be worse, and I was just grateful. And I told him, I said, I smoke weed. I said, I don't know, does that have anything to do with it? He said, and now my cardiologist told me, he goes, they're actually looking into that now. They're like doing like studies on, because I guess it was a common thing for marijuana smokers to not have that bad of congestion or pneumonia or whatever. And the theory is that when you smoke weed, you get like a resin coats your inside of your lungs. So the COVID adheres to the lungs. So now the COVID is not adhering to your lungs, the lining of your lungs, it's adhering to the resin. And then the resin just drips off. And then, I don't know, however the anatomy works, maybe it goes into the stomach acid and the stomach acid kills it. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. I'm just theorizing. But I was very fortunate in that respect. And I only lost sense of smell and sense of taste for 7 days. When one of my best buddies called me up, we were in the studio the day before actually recording, and he goes, dude, I just got the fucking results, man. I got COVID. I was like, no, because we both started feeling shitty the next day, right? This is how fucked up this is, because it had to be when we were hanging out somewhere, one of the bars in my town, or it was that night at the studio. I'm like, but COVID can't attack you in one fucking night. one day, or it was like the day after, whatever. But yeah, man, I had it. I started dosing real heavy with vitamin D3 and zinc immediately, like the D3, like going overboard, like a lot of it in the morning and at night. So my other friend Billy, he had fucking no sense of smell or taste for like 6 months.
Wow.
Or more than over 6 months he didn't have it. So I was fortunate that I had gotten it back in 7 days, because that's the worst part of it. My mother even said, my mother just had it for her second time. So don't think it's completely gone, people, because it's out there, but it's weak now. It's like a cold.
Yeah.
So my mother got over it, pretty easy for a 74-year-old woman,
It's been oxidized.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was I know a lot of people who lost people, and
My mother.
close to me. My ex-girlfriend lost her aunt, her uncle, and her cousin that she was very close to. I mean, I know other people too, and it's terrible. I feel for everybody, and we had to go through that. But supposedly it's over. So.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned the vitamin D, because I take 5,000 UIs of it every day, and I definitely think that's what helped me on the 3 times
Yeah.
I've caught it. So
Yeah, man, absolutely. I agree with you wholeheartedly.
Flavio girl. Hi, room. Hello, Flavio girl. Yeah, I only had it once. And I
You
just
had
had
it
like
though? Yeah.
just once. And it was like a bad headache and felt like shit, but that was about it. Nothing major.
yeah, but that's you on a daily basis, Wayne.
That's true.
Sorry?
I feel like shit. He said I'm like that on a daily basis. And that's true. It is pretty true. So you started with 7 Witches. So
I
tell me.
started with Morbid Sin.
Oh, you started I'm sorry. You started with Morbid Sin, which I've never heard of that band, so I didn't realize.
I sent you some stuff.
You did. I tried listening to most of it, but you sent it to me like yesterday.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm an idiot.
Preparation.
That's what happens to me with my. I'll forget, man.
Yeah.
Legitimately, I will forget things, and I never had to set an alarm on my phone to tell me when to take my medication in the morning, but now I do, because I'll forget, man, and it'll be like 2 hours late, and I'll be like, "Fuck."
Yeah, that's how I feel like now. But ever since I've had my son, I forget everything because there's just too much things to remember.
How old is your son?
6 years.
Nice. He's at that age where daddy this, daddy that, daddy
Oh
this,
my,
daddy
yeah.
that. Why this, why that?
Yep.
I can't afford to forget. My wife forgets, and we have a 4-year-old daughter, so I have to work double time.
Yeah. My daughter's 18, so I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy. You have an 18-year-old daughter. You mentioned you graduated high school in 1980. You look our age. Like,
yeah.
I got lucky with that too. My good genetics in my mother's side of the family. I mean, everybody looks younger than they are, and
that's a good thing.
It must have been all the Italian and Polish food I grew up with. Don't even get me started.
One night, pierogies the next night. That's
oh
a
man, especially on the holidays, man. Because you had the Polish Easter, and you had the I say Italian just as a joke, because that's what my uncle says. My uncle's an idiot, and me and my mother always laugh at him because he thinks he's one of the fucking Sopranos. And he tells me, he breaks my balls. He says, if I wasn't half Polish, I'd be a made guy. And he talks just like that, my uncle. He's one of a kind, boy. Let me tell you. But yeah, that's something I miss, man. The closeness and of family getting together. When you get older, everybody's kind of like, they make children and their children make children, and everybody goes to a group of people goes to this house, and the other group goes to this house, because once my grandmother passed, that was it. She kept everybody together. She kept the family no, we're coming here, for the holidays. And now it's just, she was the glue, man.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I'm hosting Easter this year for the family. So that means
Nice.
ham, pierogi, and glumpkies for everybody.
Nice. What's that? The dumplings? Is that what that is?
The pierogies are the dumplings. The glumpkies are like the stuffed cabbage with like beef and stuff. I mean,
yeah.
I'm Greek, but I married a girl who's Polish, Irish, Greek Cypriot. So, you know, we have a nice amalgamation of choices at the dinner table. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, pierogies are off the hook,
I
dude.
thought you said Blumpkins.
No, not Blumpkin. Oh my god. Damn. Glumpkies.
Okay.
You Blumpkins over there?
Good night, everybody.
Morbid Sin. How did that band start? I never heard that band until you sent me all this stuff. And as I started before, I really never heard. I've heard of Attacker. I knew who Attacker was, but I never knew
used
who
to
you
listen
were.
we'll get to that, but
Yeah.
Morbid Sin started as a fucking answer to one of my buddies had a band called Metal Storm, and they were winning battles of the bands. And just to be competitive, just to be pricks, because this is like, you know, 1983, maybe around there. And he was winning battles of the bands. And I said, motherfucker, I said, I'll put a band together in a week that'll beat your band in a battle of the bands.
Mm.
You know, because I had already been singing as a freshman with older guys that were musicians, juniors and seniors, juniors and seniors. And I got into that band just by fucking around. And I did a Rob Halford scream inside the locker room because I like the acoustics, the echo. And I didn't even know if there was anybody really in there. You know, I thought maybe a couple guys, you know, from gym class. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And then this guy comes running around the fucking corner, all excited. Hey man, do you ever do that on a microphone? And I'm like, no. He goes, bro, he goes, I got a band. He goes, you gotta come, man. You gotta come and fucking try. And of course, by that time, I'm eating the metal up. I mean, I went my first year of high school, 1981. It was breaking big at that time, man.
Right.
You know, new wave of British heavy metal. I mean, so Priest was one of my favorite bands, of course. Maiden. So that's all the stuff I kind of cut my teeth on. Was Paul Di'Anno, Maiden. You know, Priest. We were doing a lot of good shit, man. I mean, we would do some Motorhead. You know, it was just totally as a fluke. And I stuck with it. And then, so I had already had that experience with, the band was called Harlot. I already had experience with those guys. So a little bit, you know, but singing before that in church helped. So that's what I did. I put a band together and we played the Woodbridge Battle of the Bands at the Cameo, and we wound up beating them. We won.
Wow.
So, and that guy wound up becoming a bass player for Morbid Sin at one point. At that,
really?
that Sins of the Flesh album was Larry Montrose on bass. Phenomenal bass player, man. Really fucking good, man.
That Metal Storm band, did they have a guitarist named Rob Castoria?
No, the guitar players who also defected to Morbid Sin was Wade Tyler. So I kind of stole him right away from Metal Storm. And Eric Ionelli was the other guitar player. But they didn't record anything. They just did covers at battles of the bands.
Oh, okay. They were a Jersey band?
Yeah.
Okay. The one I'm thinking of is the one from Brooklyn with Rob Castoria. Okay. And apparently there's another Metal Storm in Germany as well.
Oh, I'm sure there's a million of
Probably
them.
100
Really.
of them.
Yeah. Rob is now he's actually filling in on guitar with Agnostic Front right now. So shout out to Big
Cool.
Rob. How you doing?
Nice. Agnostic Front. I used to listen to those guys when the crossover thing was happening.
Flavio Girl says I look like Murr from Impractical Jokers.
You look like fucking Joe Rogan, bro.
I've heard that too. I've heard Joe
Like Joe
Rogan,
Rogan.
and what's his name? I can't.
Yertle the
think
Turtle? No, just kidding.
of- No, shut the fuck up. Die Hard.
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis. Thank you.
Bruce Willis?
Yeah, I got Bruce Willis once.
Who told you that?
I don't know. It was in the comments.
You're lying, bro.
What? All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming on. Bobby.
You might be mental like Bruce Willis at this point, but you don't look like Bruce Willis.
No,
Sorry, Bruce.
Bruce Willis, man. Let me say, he aged gracefully, man.
He did. He don't look old. Well, now he looks
I
old.
don't
but
He got early onset
age.
dementia, the poor guy, though.
Yeah, I know. They're taking full advantage of that too by cranking out all of these low budget shit movies and putting him on the DVD cover. And he's in it for literally like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's not even acting on set. They'll like film it somewhere else and edit it in. Yeah.
Oh, green screened.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, we'll have a CGI Bruce Willis at some point, probably.
You know what? He gave us an awesome death wish. So thank you, Bruce Willis.
Shout out to Red Letter Media because I love watching Red Letter Media. They're the best. If you're into movies, like I'm a movie maniac. I mean, not horror is my number one, but I'm into, if it's fucking good, it's good. Just like the music. It's a good movie. It's a good movie, you know?
Favorite horror movie?
What's that?
What's your favorite horror movie?
Ooh, you got to make me pick one only?
Yeah, one. The one you could just watch all the time.
Oh my God, dude. Phantasm, bro. The first one.
I never saw
Phantasm.
it.
Never got into
Fantastic.
that one.
Oh, it's so fucking good. You guys got to go watch it tonight. When you go.
I'm a either Dawn of the Dead or Zombie myself.
Yeah, great choices too.
Thank you.
I saw Dawn of the Dead in the theater, and when that zombie takes that bite out of that lady's arm, at first, you know, when they go into the apartment building,
Miguelito. Yes.
yeah, dude, the place went fucking wild because we never saw nothing like that. And don't forget, they were putting on the commercials, you know, no one under 18 admitted and all of that shit. No, you know, it was.
Yeah, it's true.
And when we saw, because we were, they didn't give a shit how old we were. I had a grindhouse right downtown in Perth Amboy, the Royal Theater. And my mother used to go to the Royal before I started going to the Royal. And we were 14 and we were getting in there to see movies like Dawn of the Dead. We used to go when the fucking titties would come on the screen, a place would go, you would have thought you won $1 million or something. Everybody starts screaming, yeah. You know?
That was a great thing about Grindhouse theaters because you can see Dawn of the Dead or Cannibal Holocaust in one film,
man.
in one theater, and then go to the next room, Deep Throat. It was awesome. It was great stuff.
With us, the porn one was right around the corner. It was the Majestic Theater. And that one was the one my mother saw Rodan in the theater, man.
Rodan? Oh,
she
wow.
got to see Rodan in the theater. She saw Godzilla, the first Godzilla in the theater.
With Raymond Burr?
Yeah, when it came out here, it was Raymond Burr, yeah.
Right.
But the original Gojira, he's not in there. It's
right.
darker, more somber. But it's great. Both versions are great. But we had that right around, seriously, literally right around the fucking block. And across the street was the Majestic. And they started doing dirty movies over there. So
the Wayne knows I'm a big fan of the Terrorizer films.
hell yeah.
Terrifier. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Terrifier's fucking sick, man. That's pretty much as gory as you can get, I think, man. Did you see the first one, All Hallows Eve?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's the one that they introduced, you know. Art.
Played by a different actor too.
Was
No.
it really?
No.
Yeah, David
Oh,
Howard
think so?
Thornton. Yeah, no, David Howard Thornton only
Really?
started doing it for the first film.
Oh, wow. No shit, man. No,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I tried to get him on Rat's Review, but he wouldn't return my messages. So, whatever.
We'll get.
Yeah, they're all too big right now because he also played the Grinch in the mean one. So, whatever. Your loss.
Oh, the mean one, right? I want to go see it. Well, it's already out of the theater. I didn't even fucking know. It didn't play anywhere by me. It was Blood and Honey.
I was just gonna ask about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, I wanted to see that shit, dude.
That was the best thing that Disney could have done was not renew the copyright on Winnie the Pooh because they forgot to. That was the best thing they could have done.
They're making a sequel. They greenlit a sequel.
Really?
Because it did so good. It was like made for something ridiculous, like 5 million, and it turned out 100 million on, you know, for a $5 million movie. That's like right here what I'm wearing. The Evil Dead, the first Evil Dead. That's one of my favorites too.
Love that one.
The first one is the best. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody knew what to fucking expect. And that was at the same theater. I saw that. And I didn't know. We didn't know. all we remember was the fucking poster saying Stephen King, you know, says this is the most shocking film or best horror film. And I was like, sensationalism and advertising back then,
Oh, the 80s were great for sensationalism in horror films and heavy metal covers. They were the best. Like you see a poster of the Toxic Avenger where they hide his face and you're like, oh, what are they gonna do? What's he gonna look like?
Toxie from fucking New Jersey, baby.
Hell yeah, first superhero from New Jersey.
They're trying to get a reboot of that going.
They finished making it, but they haven't
did?
announced it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, well, apparently Peter Dinklage is the Toxic Avenger.
Wow. My favorite one is, well, I have a lot of nostalgic feelings for the first one, but part 4, laugh your ass off. If you watch the unrated version of Top 4, holy shit. They could never make a movie like that nowadays.
No.
Never. It's sad but true.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wayne, we're deviating from the music.
No, it's all right. I was going to say that too. Because I've been watching a lot of old movies with my son, and I'm seeing all these things. I'm like, there's no way to get rid of. Like, we just watched Adventures in Babysitting, and there was things in there. I'm like, they couldn't do that today.
God. Was that Elizabeth Shue in that or something?
Yes,
she was hot back then, boy.
Yeah.
She still looks good.
Ooh, I haven't seen her in a long time, man. I gotta check her out.
And then we watched The Toy, the Richard Pryor movie.
The Toy. I never saw The Toy.
Oh, it's hilarious. But watching it now, it's like they can't get away with this stuff. There was just so many hidden things in there. I'm just like, I don't know. Today sucks.
Yes, it does. In so many ways, on so many levels. Let me mention real quick. My pick for the hottie of the 80s that's still hot, Jennifer Jason Leigh is fucking still sexy as fucking hell.
Last thing I saw her in was the Twin Peaks return.
She did an Amityville horror movie that was surprisingly decent. And that was, I think, the last Amityville horror movie to come out was with her. And she's the mother, and she's fucking still looks great, man.
We got a question in
Jennifer,
the live.
I'm single. If you
We got a question in the live chat.
This is the wrong place to do that in. It's a sausage fest in here.
Is this the same guy from Seven Witches? Yes, it is. I remember listening to Legend of Sleepy Hollow on repeat over 20 years ago. Crazy good song.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I really love those first 2 Seven Witches albums. And I'll tell the truth about stuff like this too. Any subsequent album that came out after that album did not measure up to those 2 albums. Those 2 albums were special, man. It's like when you catch lightning in a bottle, man. It's the fucking lineup has a lot to do with it,
Right.
And you can find great singers out there, and you could find, not saying that I'm the best or nothing like that. I'm very, no. But what I'm trying to say is the lineup sometimes means more, and the chemistry means more than, oh shit, I can get fucking this guy on vocals. You know what I mean?
Right.
I could get this, even with guitar, I could get this guy on guitar. The hardest things to replace, man, are guitarists and singers, man, because if you have a distinctive sound, if you do. But I love those albums. I'm proud of everything I've done, really, to tell you the truth. The Overlorde album, I listened to that with fresh ears not long ago, and I was like, holy shit, this album kicks ass. But
what happened with Seven Witches? Like, because they're not even around anymore, right? I thought you meant with me. With you, but I'm just saying, because
I'll be perfectly transparent about all that. I was fucked up on drugs, man, and that's what really that blew it for me. And I tell the truth, all the time about that. So hopefully I can help other people, or, let people know that it's a bad path, man. And I'm not just talking about smoking weed,
Right.
And I blew it, man. That second album, I was all fucked up when I went over to Germany, man. I could remember being in Woodhouse Studios and being in real bad shape. We just stopped over there to see Ziggy. He's the one we recorded the first album with, because we went to Germany twice to record for Massacre Records. And yeah, man, that was a learning experience for me. Trust me. Um, our guitar player of Seven Witches, I'll also say this because it's true. We left each other on a nasty, on a nasty note. And he was like, I'm going to tell fucking everybody you're a fucking drug addict and you're never going to record another fucking album in your fucking life ever again. Real prick, man. A real prick like that. And I don't care. I'm telling the truth. But we managed to talk after that. And I kind of made amends and I apologized to him because without Jack, I would have never made my first album for a real label because I was singing with Morbid Sin at Club Benet, and Jack was on with Jack for Frostbite, and he approached me after the show, and he was like, "Dude, let's put a band together." He's like, "Holy shit!" And we did, and we got signed. And we went over to fucking Germany twice, But unfortunately, I fucked it all up. So.
Yeah, because I remember when you guys first came out, I was on a message board. It was Heart of Metal message board, and everybody was talking about Seven Witches. And
I was lucky. Well, I kind of did a smart thing by being honest and open about it, being transparent about it, because his plan didn't work. Because he's like, you're never gonna fucking record another album in your fucking for the rest of your life. And I, so I went into a 12-step program, the whole shebang. And it was good because when people asked me, I told the truth, and he had no ammunition now. You see what I'm saying? I took that away from him. Yeah. By coming out and being open about what the fuck happened, not only, was that good for maybe other people to hear, but you got to get honest about stuff like that.
Yeah.
You don't fuck around with drugs. It's going to fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays. Nowadays, you don't even know what the fuck you're getting.
Nope. Yeah.
But that was what happened with that. And then I got approached by Mark Edwards and John Benucci at the Power Mad Festival. I was playing there with this progressive band that I did one album with. The guys from Eternity X. It was called Exhibition. Okay. And it was very, very much like a Dream Theater meets Fates Warning kind of a vibe. They were big Dream Theater fans, and I was a big Fates Warning fan. For me, Fates was, there still are the fucking tops for me, no matter if it's Arch or Alder, because they're two very different animals.
Oh,
too.
Yeah.
And now it's Arch Mateos, but John Arch is my favorite, probably a vocalist ever. Like,
I can hear a little bit of him in your singing too.
Oh, get out of here! I wish, man.
No, I can hear
supernatural, bro.
I know.
He can do shit with his voice that I never heard anybody do still to this day. He's gonna hit all these notes perfectly. And his range is fantastic, and he sounds just as good now.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous, man. That's why I said he's supernatural, man. And that Winter Ethereal album was just cemented everything, because the first one that came out, Sympathetic Resonance, is like, you were like, holy shit, but could they do it again? And then they did it again. It's like, I can't wait for the next one, but yeah, man. I don't even remember what was the question. It was Seven Witches, and then I went to Overlorde. Yes, and I did Return to Snow Giant. First, we did a demo called Overlorde 2000, and we got signed through the strength of that demo. And I heard you mention Sonic Age. We got signed by Sonic Age, and we put out Return to Snow Giant, and it blew up. But the fucked up thing was, right when we fucking put that album out, a little bit after Dave Wren inherited a home in Florida and moved to Florida. So we didn't have that fucking power fucking drumming. He's like a mule on the fucking drums, that guy. Right. Fantastic drummer. And John wound up moving he was already a little far. He was in Pennsylvania, the Lackawax in Pennsylvania.
And then John moved to North Carolina, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it was like, now the band was like totally, one guy in Florida, one guy in North Carolina, two guys in Jersey, we got these things called jam links, and I'll tell you what, it just did not happen. It didn't work out. We were getting latency issues left and right. You know, you're
That's
talking.
an issue we're facing.
You know, the technology today, you probably could do it. You can do it. I mean, COVID, how many, you know, live jams were there? But you know, everybody in their garage or wherever they were, bedroom, and it sounded great.
Yeah.
Technology is your friend. Like, remember Texas Chainsaw Part 3, Leatherface, when he gives him the seeing spell, and
And
it's showing like a clown, and because it's a person, he keeps typing in food, FOOD, and he fucking takes it and he's fucking gonna throw it, and the crazy brother, he's the one brother, grabs his hand, he says, no, Bubba, you know, or whatever. His name wasn't Bubba in that one, I don't think. I'm not sure.
It was Bubba in number 2, I
yeah,
think.
the second one. And he says, technology is your friend. It's just a funny fucking moment in that movie.
Did you watch the last Texas Chainsaw movie?
Ugh.
Oh my God, the worst. The worst. They
was
started
pretty
getting
bad.
bad after the remakes. Remember, the remakes were great.
They should have
Marcus
never had
was-
Arlie Ermy in those remakes. Like I was just like, well, what does he add to it? He's not going to go Full Metal Jacket.
Arlie Ermy was great. Get out of here.
I
Did you
couldn't
watch the
stand
beginning?
those remakes.
Did you see the beginning, the prequel?
Unfortunately,
Yeah, I
With
think I saw
Arlie
them all.
Ermy? That was great, man. I love a lot of bad stuff.
I mean, I love the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I thought part 2 was hilarious.
Yeah.
3 was good, and then I think they lost me after Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, the fucking Next Generation, Mamma Mia.
The one that was like in theater for like
terrible.
a week.
Yeah, and he had like the guys from the Secret Society at the end. He was like the Illuminati guy. He had the scarring on his fucking. He was in a 3-piece suit, and he opens up his shirt, and he's got all these like tribal scars and big rings through his fucking skin. It's like what the fuck is this? It was so weird.
And they lost
was
me
like,
with that one.
They were the ones getting the family to murder to cause chaos.
Yeah.
It was just so fucked up, man. Get out of here with that shit. The Leatherface one from like 2017, where it's like a road trip, teenagers and all that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Shit. Swill. Garbage.
Yeah, it was. It was terrible.
Real fucking bad.
Yeah, I think they've ruined him like the most. You know, really, I don't know, like all the horror movies where they've kept redoing them and remaking them. Well,
The
although
Hills
they
Have
did
Eyes.
ruin,
Good. The
they did
Hills
ruin
Have
Freddy
Eyes.
Krueger though. I remember that one too. That was bad.
The first Hills Have Eyes remake. The second one was a little silly, but the first one's fantastic.
Yeah, I never saw those. My wife watches
Oh,
them.
you got to check that shit out, dude.
You were also in the Maiden tribute for a while, correct?
I was, and I am again, and into a different one of my own. That was with Sanctuary, and the guitar player heard me sing with Overlorde. He's like, "Oh my God, dude, you remind me of Bruce a lot. You know, we want to do this." And I was like, "Fuck it, Maiden's my favorite band. Let's go." You know, did that for 4 years with them, a solid 4 years. Even got to go to the Dominican Republic with them. And that was wild. Sold out the Hard Rock Cafe, dude. That was unfucking real.
Wow.
In Punta Cana, it was insane, man. There was people hanging out in the parking lot to listen. There was so many people they all knew the words, man. It was crazy, man. It was really great experience because the promoter really took care of us, man.
Is that one of the favorite shows you played?
Yeah, that's up there because that's the first and only time I've been to the Dominican Republic. And I'll tell you, where Punta Cana is a fucking hell of a place to take a vacation, man.
Yeah.
You know, the only thing is the sharks. Fuck it. It's the Jaws. No, it's the fucking lifeguard. One of the guys in the band thought he was a fucking real clown. He told me, he says, he's scared of Jaws, the movie Jaws. And that is one of the scariest movies ever, with the Exorcist, right up there with that. Not as scary as the Exorcist, but
well, the Jaws is pretty believable. You know, you got the shark.
Well,
that can happen
yeah,
anytime you're in the water. I mean,
that's a
Exorcist
legitimate
maybe.
monster. When you're in
Right.
the water with a 25-foot shark, that's a
Yeah.
legitimate monster right there, man.
Yeah.
you know, mouth full of razor sharp teeth, eat your eye, forget it. That's what a way to go.
Right.
Think about that. What a way to go. I mean,
Yeah.
forget it, man. Anyway, imagine the realization when you finally realize what's happening to you, that you're getting eaten alive by a fucking shark. You know,
I'd rather
fuck
not.
that, man. Yeah,
Just watching that movie made me scared going in a pool. You know,
I was
that's how
exactly.
fucked up
I
that
was
movie
going to
made
say
me.
I was waiting for a fin in the fucking bathtub.
Right.
I think you should have been more legitimately afraid of like what they showed in Caddyshack with the possible duty in the pool more than a shark in a pool.
The baby
Wayne.
Ruth. Oh,
That's
Yes, I
right.
remember that one too.
That's
No
a
big
great
deal.
moment. That's hilarious shit, man. Literally, no pun intended.
Getting back onto the movie thing now. What started Attacker? The main Attacker.
Attacker. Well, I used to listen to Attacker. I mean, the first time I ever heard Attacker was Call on the Attacker on Metal Massacre 4. I think it was. It was 1984. So whichever one was out in 1984, because my buddy Jerry's older brothers used to buy. They turned us on to so much metal, and it was the radio, like the behind you. It was like that many albums almost, you know. And I remember just being excited, you know, to hear the whole album. And then when we heard the whole album, Battle of Helm's Deep, that's a great album, you know, pound for pound. I mean, yeah, I'd say it's one of their best, but Second Coming was the one that really got me, because it was a different singer. It was John Leone. It was different style of singing, and it was very, very much the thrash era. And there was a lot of what you would consider to be speed metal now on that album, The Second Coming. It doesn't stop for a fucking minute, you know. It's just fucking pummels you. And I think it's only about a half an hour long too. So that was like, wow, holy shit. But then they disappeared after that, you know. And but they were always way up there for me in the underground thing, you know. And I remember seeing them with Fate's Warning when I was a fucking kid. Yeah, I used to go to fucking Lemoore every weekend. We'd go every weekend. We saw some amazing shows. And I remember seeing them fucking play with Fate's Warning. It was either Billy O's they played too, and I wanted to stay. The guys wanted to leave. I'm like, fuck you, I'm staying for Attacker, because Morbid Sin opened up for them. And I got my one band member to stay with me. He's like, yeah, bro, they kick ass. And that was with Leone singing too. So I got to see him before his untimely passing, you know. But yeah, and then later it was Overlorde, actually, because Mark was friends with Michael Sabatini, who is now like the sole remaining original member in the band. They were going to call quits because they couldn't find a guy that could cover the Leone and the Bob Mitchell stuff. And I just mentioned to Mark, I was like, damn, dude. I said, I love that band. I said, I wish I could get a fucking crack at it. And he goes, you want me to say something to Mike that you want to try out? I said, fuck it. If you're cool with it, because he was the guitar player for Overlorde.
Right.
And he mentioned it, and I got a tryout, and they asked me to join that afternoon.
Oh wow!
And I wasn't even that fucking good at the time. I had been like just like not rehearsing a lot. You know, you get real good when you rehearse with a band every week.
Oh yeah.
You get all the guys together in a room. You know, I don't care how good a professional you are, and yeah, you could learn your homework and show up at a gig, and you can play the fucking song. That's fine, but there's something special about that unity. Like I said before, that chemistry. You know? And John, the second guitar, who replaced Pat, he was in Morbid Sin in 2005. So very tight-knit group of guys. We love each other, man. They're like brothers, man. They really are. Like my 4 fucking brothers, man. So, but I got, believe me, I was like, oh my God, holy shit. I'm getting rock star vibes. You know, the movie with fucking Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Well, I wish it was Priest, but yeah, I'm sorry, Attacker, but you know.
That's cool that you mentioned Lemoore, though. I would have assumed maybe like Birch Hill would have probably been more of club that you would have frequented more than Lemoore.
I played at the Birch Hill a few more than a few times coming up. Club Benet, Birch Hill, and fucking Studio One. And you had Fast Lane in down to I wanted to say fucking Keensburg, but it's Seaside Heights. Those were like the 4 places that you wanted to play. And he had the Pig Pen. The Pig Pen was like right up the street. I remember seeing TT Quick at the fucking Pig Pen before they were big and all, you know? Well, they never got big, but you know what I'm saying.
Mark did.
The area
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they were supposed to get big, but it didn't happen. You know, it's a shame because they were fucking great, man. Mark Tornillo lucked out, man. You know,
Yeah.
God bless him, and he sounds great. See, it sounds like to me when I listen to New Accept, it sounds more like TT Quick to me than Accept. But I like it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, you know what I'm saying. It's
Right.
the voice has a lot to do with it.
Probably of all the bands that have reunited that were on a major scale, like your Accepts or your Judas Priests or whatever, I'd have to say Accept is probably the most consistent and consistently good.
What did you
know?
think of the Eat the Heat album though with David Reese? I love David Reese's voice, man. I mean,
You
the
know-
songs were,
Full
Some
disclosure,
groovy,
I haven't
but
heard
He's
it.
a good singer.
yeah,
I-
there was some syrupy shit on there,
Yeah.
you know, that I couldn't deal, but the heavy songs were good.
I'd have to hear it.
Yeah, check it out.
Well, we,
Didn't have a
we did
chance
watch
to.
one song. We did a commentary thing over that. Remember?
Oh, with Beavis and Butthead?
No. We did one on our show.
Oh, you guys did.
Yeah.
Was it one
Generation Clash, I think it
of
was.
the, that's a cool tune. I
Yeah.
like that tune. Beavis and Butthead did that one.
Oh, did they? Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Ours wasn't as funny, I'm sure, but
Oh,
I just-
hilarious,
I
dude.
just remember you completely ripping apart, breaking the chains from Dawkins, and then
yeah.
Eric Adams told us about that bot typo negative song that we did last, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, what am I watching?
See, I'm weird, man. Like I love Dawkins. I love Dawkins all day long. I love
I do too. I love Tooth and
Love
Nail. That's my
Dawkins.
favorite
I
album
love
from them.
Rat, the Scorpions, you know, Michael Schenker Group, early Whitesnake. I mean, you know, I like a lot of that shit. Badlands. I mean, come on, you know that. I mean, some of that stuff. There's some guys I know that would never be caught dead. You know, I laugh and stuff. You know, I don't give a fuck. If it's good, it's good. If I like it, I like it.
Right.
Oh, Ray Gillen's a fellow Jersey guy too.
Yep.
So-
Yes, he was North Jersey. And I said, there's another person we lost way too soon, because imagine what he would be doing right now. It's like Randy. Imagine if Randy never died. Randy
I
would
think
be,
about that every day.
you know,
And I love Eddie. I love Eddie to death. But yeah, I sometimes wonder if Randy had still been alive, would we be talking about Randy and not Eddie or Yngwie? Or, you know, like, who knows?
yeah, what happened with David Lee Roth and Eddie Van Halen was a shame. But you know what? When I heard 1984, I bought that album. I was like, this fucking sucks, bro. There was only like a few good songs on it, man. I was like, there's like 3 good songs on this fucking album.
You,
You know?
like the Hagar stuff more, right?
What's that?
You like the Hagar
Oh
stuff
yeah,
more.
right. Hello, Van Hagar. No,
Wayne?
I like Sammy. Listen, but Sammy's listen. He's got a great voice. The guy can sing.
Mm.
He's a great songwriter. The first Montrose album is fucking great, and even the heavy metal soundtrack. Remember, he did the song
yeah,
Heavy
that's right.
Metal.
Yeah.
And that song is kick ass. To this fucking day, it's kick ass.
Yeah.
You know. And
I actually rediscovered one Hagar album I do like. The Hagar, Sean, Aronson, Shreve record, Through the Fire.
what
That
was it?
actually
Neil Sean and who?
it was Sammy Hagar, Neil
Huh?
Sean, Kenny Aronson, who was like a big
Super
know,
group.
studio bassist, and Michael Shreve, the original drummer of Santana. And they
Hmm.
put out a really good record. This was after Frontiers came out.
Sounds like an impressive lineup.
It was pretty good. I saw okay, so it's 2 albums with Hagar I like.
Yeah, I mean, but no Van Hagar. I don't like that.
No.
Maybe like 2 songs, like Pound Cake and one other one that I can't even fucking remember.
I like Humans Being, but Wayne tears me apart for liking that one.
Oh, I said I like that song.
Oh, you do like that
I
one?
love that song. Yeah.
Oh, then
Wanted to-
someone it was in. I forget.
It's probably
that.
Ralph or something, but no, I
No,
wanna
but
cover
actually,
that
that's the one Hagar song Ralph likes too.
song. Really? All right.
I think the Coca-Cola commercial really fucking spoiled it for
Of the Crystal Pepsi.
or whatever. The right now, fucking,
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a good song. If it was by a different name band, I might like it.
Mm.
That ain't fucking Van Halen. Get out.
John Staley in chat. I guess it's going back to the horror movies we were talking about. 28 days of 28 days of
28
night.
days later.
No,
And
28
No,
days
no, no,
of night.
20 Days of Night.
Oh, 30 days a night, bro.
28 days of night. I don't know.
It's 38. It's 30 days a night, and that's probably the best vampire movie since Salem's Lot, since the original Salem's Lot.
Hmm.
You know, and that's saying a lot because the first Salem's Lot scared the shit out of me too, man, when I was a kid. But I'll tell you what, the one with Rob Lowe, they remade it in 2004, and it was decent, man. You had fucking Rutger Hauer as Barlow. Come on, how bad could it
Never
be?
saw it.
Donald Sutherland as fucking Straker. Come on, man. The casting was fucking on point. And Rob Lowe he's a great actor, man. You can't go wrong.
No,
Check
no,
it out,
he's
people.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, man. 2004 came out, Salem's Lot. It was like made for cable, like miniseries type deal.
Mm.
But you can get it now on one DVD,
Oh, yeah.
cut
Yeah, I've
together.
heard of it. I just never got to watch it.
Twilight ruined vampires for me.
Oh, the sparkling vampires. Yeah. You
I
gotta
saw every
love
single
that.
movie of those, so can't say nothing.
Hey, but he was
Not
good
by
as
choice, though.
Batman, dude. He was good
He
as
was a
Batman.
good
I haven't,
Batman.
I
Yeah.
haven't had a chance to watch that yet. I'm waiting.
Oh, you'll like it. If you like Batman, it's
I
really
love
fucking
Batman.
good,
It's my
man.
favorite. I got a lot of Batman. stuff.
Wayne's
I
got
lot of
like a
Bat-
bunch of the Batman 66 figures. So
Yeah.
I got the giant Nika one.
I don't know if you can see
16
them.
to-
Well, I got the-
16 inch.
There you can see the
Nika?
car,
Yeah.
and then over here I got all the figures.
wow. Wayne, is this your first expose into your man cave?
Wow, Wayne.
Kind of.
Dude, I'm an old comic book guy too, man. In
Oh,
the
yeah?
90s, I was collecting comics. Yeah, and I love most of the comic movies. I don't like
my
Phase
comics are back
4.
there, but there's nothing like really.
Phase 4 sucks.
But yeah, I
I
don't
don't
have
like
no,
Phase 4 of Marvel. Come on.
What?
You like Phase 4 of Marvel?
What is Phase 4 Marvel?
Either the
Marvel movies.
the
Oh,
Marvel films that came out after Avengers
Yeah.
Endgame.
Yeah,
I haven't really kept up with those movies.
I'm a big geek, dude. I love all of that shit, man. But
I'm waiting. You know what it is? I'm waiting for my son to be interested in watching it, then I'll watch them. You know?
I
But
got
he's-
interested in the movies through Superman with Christopher Reeve.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I
that's
saw
what
that in
everybody's
the theater, and that was like, holy shit, It was like he was really flying when you're a kid,
Yeah. I want to get my daughter into Star Wars before I get her into the Marvel films. So, but that's how I started out as a geek.
I tried watching Star Wars and oh crap! Why am I forgetting his name? Chewbacca comes busting through he comes busting through the door on one of the scenes, and my son got so scared that was it. He couldn't watch it no more.
Oh man.
Just tell him it's a 7-foot dog. He'll be fine.
I know. We'll try it again.
Star Wars changed my life, man. I know a lot of people laugh when they hear that, and a lot of people have said it. I just watched another interview the other day, and somebody said that, and I was
Really?
like, man, I said, me too, dude. I was 10 years old when I saw that shit,
Yeah.
and it was mind blowing. You never saw nothing like that before.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
Flavio Go Eruption, best killer solo from Eddie, and who was the best lead singer of Van Halen? Why are you even asking?
Gary Sharon.
Come on. Come on. They were supposed to get a girl.
Patty Smythe from
Yeah.
Scandal. Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine what that would have sounded like.
That would have been interesting. Wow.
I can't picture her singing Mean Street. I couldn't. No way.
Nah.
And that's my favorite Van Halen album, Fair Warning.
Fair
So-
warning.
Oh yeah. That's my favorite album of all time.
Tough for me, man. It's between the first and Women and Children First. It's between those two for me.
See, I love the first 6, but I realize that there's some people who don't care for the Diver Down or 1984, and I respect that. But you
I
got
think the album was good, man. I thought it was good. It was mostly a covers album.
Not if you
Yeah.
ask Eddie Trunk. That's what he'll say. That's what he'll downplay Diver Down in 1984. He says because
I
Diver
don't
Down
listen
is
to-
the covers album and 84 is a
Listen to-
keyboard album. I'm like, dude, there's only 3 songs with keyboards on it.
I'll agree with him on a lot of stuff. I mean, I love the first Angel album is unfucking real. And shout out to my buddy Danny Faro Aniello is playing guitar with Angel now with Punky Meadows and Frank Domino. So, and that was a huge band that he loved. I mean, I used to work with him. He used to be my supervisor at this telemarketing office, and we used to fucking have a blast, laugh all fucking shift long. But yeah, man, I couldn't believe it when I saw one of his friends at it was the Bulldozer Bash. I was playing with Z-Force, and he said, "Dude," he said, "Did you hear about Dan? You know, Danny is an angel." I said, "What? What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, man." And then I fucking checked it out. I was like, "Holy shit, check it out, man." It was mind blowing, man. You know, I used to have that first Angel on 8-track. 8 fucking track, man. I got the first Ace on 8-track too over here.
Oh, the 78.
The solo album, Ace.
Very
solo
cool.
album. But
And
yeah,
they're
man.
starting to make that stuff again too.
They're doing all
8-track.
that shit. It's for the hipsters, man.
Yeah, I don't get it.
You know, who was the first band to bring 8-track back? It was Cheap Trick back in 2009.
They're selling cassettes like crazy now, I heard. How about
Yeah.
that? My buddy goes up to this place in Keyport, and he says, "Dude sells a cassette for $20, man, flat."
Yeah, I have some.
There you go. I have a few left.
Well, you find them at flea markets, right?
I get them at flea markets, yard sales, or whatever. Sometimes online, or whatever, too. But
Yeah, I actually have.
I used to have hundreds of them, and then I sold them off on eBay. And then lately, because I started buying records, and then I'm like, I kind of missed my cassettes, so I'm trying to get them back little by little. But
VHS tapes are going over again, big.
really, well, I'm not collecting those again.
People are
These-
buying them on fucking eBay.
I'm running
I
out of
have a
room.
bunch, not a bunch, but what I have left, I mean, you know, sometimes I think, I should put this up on eBay, see what I could fetch for it. I got the Manson family, the one where they were all filmed at the Spawn Ranch and everything. They filmed it right as soon as Charlie got arrested, and they wanted to put a positive spin on the family and show that, you know, they're not crazy bloodthirsty killers. And until the part when you got Squeaky Fromm fucking, and I'm doing that, you know, when you have to kill, you kill, you know, all of that shit. You know, I was like, we even used that in the Morbid Sin song. So yeah, that was fucked up. But I have that still.
Yeah.
I might be able to get some money for that. I don't know.
You might be. I don't know. Actually, my wife, her parents brought all these old VHS tapes that she had in her bedroom because, you know, she don't live there no more. They're cleaning out the room. So I'm going through them, and it was like one horror movie, and she didn't even open it. It was still in the package or whatever.
Oh shit.
And it's worth like a couple $100. She don't want to sell it though. I'm like, come on.
What movie?
I don't remember. I'd have to go look at it again, but
Yeah, you'd be
some horror movie.
surprised. You know, you'd be surprised at what that stuff fetches, man. I have a couple of Godzilla movies when they first came out onto DVD, and Toho. They were like official Toho releases, and a couple of them are like 150, worth $150 now. You know, it's like, whoa, holy shit! You got to be
crazy.
kidding me.
That's crazy what some original pressings are going for on eBay and Discogs. So that's pretty nuts. But
Yeah.
I'm happy to say our co-host Greg is actually sending me 2 records. So I'll have 2 records in my collection very soon.
Good luck on that one.
What do you got? What do you getting?
It's Greg.
well-
He's never going to send it.
We'll see. I paid it for him. So
Oh, good luck.
okay, fine. I'm a huge fan of the 80s band from Ireland, Mama's Boys.
I remember Mama's Boys. They had
So-
the Iron Maiden lettering. And their
Yes, on their independent releases. So he's sending me their first 2 releases for Jive, their original pressings,
logo. Nice.
because you can't find apparently and I've explained this story to Wayne that their original label, because it went defunct, they own the masters to it. So for all they know, those masters have disappeared, so they can't re-release them. But he actually had like duplicates of 2 original pressings. He's like, you want them? Yeah, okay. So
Wow, that's
but
great.
now you telling me that I might not get them, Wayne? Thanks for
kidding.
nothing.
I'm only kidding. He'll give them to you.
I
Might
hope.
not be this year, but you'll get them.
That's fine.
Lucky it wasn't me who's supposed to send him to you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You get them like, yeah.
Wayne had to wait till the fucking day before for music from me. It's like, oh, it was
can't be
dude,
worse.
Send me no music. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, all right away.
You can't be worse than Vinnie Vincent. 30 years, his fans are still waiting for the box set.
I'm a big Vinny fan, bro.
I'm a Vinnie.
Tread lightly. Tread lightly.
Or actually, our other well, you met him on the King Diamond show. Greg,
I'm
he has
just
a
kidding, man.
Greg has a bad story with Vinnie Vincent.
He's nuts.
Yeah,
I mean, what do you
Greg
think
used to
what did he
be
say? What
Greg
he's-
used to be on his message board. On
No
the Vinnie
shit.
Vincent message board. And I guess he was talking to Vinny or whatever. And Greg had a guitar and he was going to send it to Vinny and get it autographed.
Nice.
Greg never got the guitar back.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Yep.
That sucks. I mean, I got to tell you, that's my favorite era of Kiss, man. Is
Really?
Creatures and Lick It Up.
Creatures of the Night and Lick It Up, man. I thought they were
Creatures is
fucking
awesome, but Lick It Up,
Yeah,
I think
great.
is. I think that's
Lick It Up was
Lick
like
It Up is-
Creatures.
You gotta
Part
look
Two.
past the
not even
title
close.
track.
Not even
You
close.
gotta look past the title track.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Creatures Part 2. It's a fucking heavy album, man.
No, I'll
It's
admit,
not
Vinnie
as good.
Vincent's a hell of a songwriter,
Oh,
but as a
man,
human
is he?
being, he sucks. I mean,
Oh, no shit. Because of the stuff he did with the dogs and everything, too, man. He killed dogs, supposedly, buried them in his yard and shit.
no, they died and he buried them in Tupperware.
Tupperware, yeah.
Oh,
Always making soup.
gee.
Oh,
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 man.
by the Irish Metal Maniac, Pat
chocolate soup for
McManus,
me.
the guitarist from Mama's Boy, still playing. Yes, I know. I'm friends with him on Facebook. Really nice guy. So
But yeah, man, Vinny's a weird guy. But hey, look at, I heard 5 songs on Animalize were ghostwritten by Vinny. They were stuff they had already started working on or wrote before, the whole quitting, firing debacle. And 3 songs on Unholy,
On Revenge.
Art
yeah.
of Chrome, and the ballad he wrote. 3 songs on Revenge. So
no, it was I Just Wanna.
oh, that was the third one.
That was the third one.
Okay. And that album, I mean, come on, that's one of everybody's favorite Kiss albums.
Yeah, I do love the Revenge album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a heavy album. So
We did
They
a
know
cover
where to
of
go
we
get
did
the
a
good
cover
shit.
of Unholy. Did you ever hear it?
Unholy's great, man.
Did you hear our cover?
Wayne and I covered it.
We covered it. Did you
did?
hear our cover?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't hear it?
No, I gotta hear it, man.
I'll send it to you
I
later.
want to hear that shit.
Ralph sang the vocals on that song.
How'd you get that in? That guitar thing? That now.
Yeah, it's-
That thing in the
bit-
beginning.
I just layered it. I just layered a bunch of it. I threw some delay on there. And, our singer in Severed Angel, Alex, was the guy who mixed it into the guitar solo on it.
Uh-huh.
So, I just gave him the tracks, told him what he had to do, and he listened to the original, and that gave him an idea. So, when we did it, it sounded perfect. So,
Cool.
Yeah, it came really
Yes.
cool. It's one of my favorite covers that we've done so far.
yeah, I'm very happy with it.
And
Nice.
we would love to have you on one of the covers at some point, Bobby.
Yeah, let's do it, man. I'm ready.
Yeah, we'll pick something. What's like one of your bands that you'd like to cover? Like one of your favorite bands?
Just so many, man.
You know.
Because I'm in Denim and Leather. Let me give a little shout out to Denim and Leather, and we do a lot of good shit, man. We do stuff like See You in Hell, Queen of the Reich. We do Remember Tomorrow by Maiden, Michael Schenker Group, all kinds of stuff, man. It's pretty awesome, man. Saxon, we do stuff that's you don't really usually hear a cover band do,
Right.
because Jeff and I have very similar tastes in music. So-
How is the club scene in Jersey at this point?
oh shit, it's shit. There's like
I mean, you
two
have
clubs.
Dingbats, you have Starland Ballroom. I know that.
Dingbats, and that's it. Those 2. Well, there's in New Jersey. That's it. New York's got some places to play still. but
Not as much as it used to.
No,
Revolution's gone, unfortunately.
nothing's the same anymore, man.
No.
And we're still we're still reeling from it. I mean, and then everybody had to go out at the same fucking time, book tours and not think about oversaturation and how many fucking bands had to fucking stop their tour because you can't be in fucking 3 places at once, guys. That means 1 or 2 other bands are going to suffer. You should get together and communicate with these type of things, just like the movie production studios do, and like Sony will say to fucking, Lionsgate, they'll say, "Oh, dude, don't put that out this month." No, you can't because we got this coming out, and they work with each other, kind of, I mean, that's how the band should have did it. They should have thought about that shit. And I know everybody was excited to go play. I was too.
Yeah, there was a week of badly, what's the one I'm thinking of? There was a week in September. You had Rammstein on a Tuesday at Giant Stadium. You had the Scorpions at UBS Arena in Elmont the next day. And then that Saturday was the Ghost show that Wayne and I went to. I was so shocked to see that Giant Stadium was not packed. It was packed, but it was not sold out
for
Rammstein. And I was really shocked that Ghost, who's probably, they're probably one of the more popular hard rock bands,
absolutely,
in the mainstream today. Wayne, what would you say? 60% capacity
Yeah,
there?
it wasn't even full at all.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And the Scorpions barely had 5,000 people at UBS Arena, from what I heard. So
that's what happened, man.
Yeah.
Plus, not only is it that bands are booked on the same day, it's fucking financially, man. It's so fucking much money to go to shows now, dude.
Oh my god, I don't know. I'm a big fan of the band The Killers. All right, I don't know if anybody likes The Killers, but
no, I like them.
I want to go. They're playing at
Unfamiliar.
Mohegan Sun. You're not familiar with them?
No.
You
The
know who they
Killers?
are. You know who they are.
Okay.
You just don't remember.
Mr.
because
Brightside and Somebody Told Me and all those songs.
I'd have to hear
if you
it.
heard them on the radio, you'll know.
Yeah, I'd have to hear it.
They're an
Regardless.
alternative rock band, but they're really good. I like them.
Dude, that's another thing with me. I like everything. Dude, Jane's Addiction is one of my favorite fucking bands, dude.
Great band.
But
Alice
they're
in
playing.
Chains,
They're playing
fucking
that.
Soundgarden.
They're playing
at
what,
Mohegan
Sun?
Sun, and the tickets were like $170.
For Jane's?
No,
Yeah,
for the
For the Killers. We're talking nosebleeds?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, nosebleeds.
That's insane.
So that that's me getting a ferry ride, a ticket, to get on the ferry to get there. Then I got, my wife's going, so then I got to pay for her too. And then, I got to pay for her ticket, and then just going to Mohegan Sun, I'm going to want to gamble. So it's
You know you're not going there and not gambling.
right, exactly, and that's going to
Stick
be
with the
almost
penny slots.
yeah, it's like $600-700 just to go see a concert. I'm like, no, I'll just forget it. And then my wife, I don't know if anybody knows the Ryan Adams, not Brian Adams, Ryan Adams. That's one of her favorite artists or whatever. So he's coming.
Related?
No,
Not related.
No, but he's coming to Patchogue Theater, and I looked up the tickets, thinking, all right, she likes him, so I'll get tickets or whatever, and tickets for that. And it's not a big theater; it holds maybe a couple hundred or whatever, and it's like $160 just to go see him.
That's insane.
Like, why? For what?
You got to pay $40 for a fucking t-shirt.
And that's the other thing. Now the places are taking all this money out of the band's t-shirt sales and stuff. And
one touring band just said that it doesn't make sense for them to charge fans for merchandise at shows. So they said, if you want to buy merch, just go on the website and buy it. We're not bringing them to the venues.
Get more money. So, they get more money that way, man.
Yeah.
Like I buy all my t-shirts online, dude.
Yeah, that's like I just went to go see the Merciful Fate show in November, and Lou asked me to buy him a shirt. I didn't want to. $40. I'm like, you can just get this on the website.
It was worth it to me because it was an authentic Merciful Fate shirt, but because I couldn't be there. So.
I couldn't be there either because I had a ticket that my guitar player Mike Benetatis was nice enough to get me, and he was like, you can't go. I said, listen, I said, if anything, I would give the ticket to my buddy Ron. My partner Ron, shout out to Ron Sasala. But I said he would be so happy, and that would make me happy. Give him the fucking ticket because it was his birthday too, so he got to go. And they brought me back a T-shirt. They brought me back the EP with the the nun on the cross and shit.
Mm.
So I mean, yeah, it sucked that I couldn't go, man, but I just couldn't go.
Missed a good show though. It was a good show. Flavio Girl, Ramstein Rules. I disagree.
Some of it's great, man.
She saw them in 2012 in Florida, and it was packed. And yeah, so good. Glad you enjoyed the show. What, Lou? You look like you got something on your mind.
Are you going to the Halloween show in May?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm done. I saw them about 10 times.
Is that like another Pumpkins United thing? Because I heard they were coming back around too.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And they're Wayne's favorite band. And we were trying to get our record release show for May, but we still have a lot of stuff to fine tune because it's just we don't want to go on stage looking like schlubs, So
yeah. And if you see Lou from the waist down, it's not good.
I love that old Halloween.
I haven't heard any complaints from my wife, Wayne.
I have.
Your wife hasn't complained either.
What were you saying, Bobby?
Oh, I was just mentioning that I really like the Kai Hansen stuff a lot, man.
Are you a fan of Halloween? Like just the early stuff, or?
I think that pretty much all the lineups were great. Michael Kiske sounded a little bit too much like Tate when he came out for me, because I was very critical of that. I was like, oh man, this guy's just like trying to sound like Tate, man.
Right.
I thought it was a fucking Queensryche song. I think it was I'm Alive or something, and I was like, whoa, shit, Queensryche got heavy, But that's a great album. I mean, Keeper of the Seven Keys is fucking incredible. Master of the Rings is pretty decent too. With fucking
love that one.
Yeah, who's that? Not Ralph Sheepers.
No, that was Andy Dearest. Yeah.
Andy Dearest is my favorite of all the Halloween singers. I have and I get into arguments with people about that all the time because everybody's Kiske. I'm like, listen, I said, Andy Dearest has more personality, more character in his voice,
right?
And he can do those highs, and he's got the gravel, he's got the dirty, man. Yeah. And I'm really a big fan of the dirty. I mean, the German. There's a German sound. There really is, and even with vocalists, it's like that fucking that bite, that nasty fucking snarl. I mean, I got used to that with Udo, but I really dig that. Even Dio used to do it. I mean,
Doro even has that too, and I love her the way she sings.
Yes, I just posted a picture today. My favorite female singer, Leatherlungs, fucking unreal. She still sounds like she used to sound. Just put an album out too. Fucking great vocalist, man. Doro's hot though. Doro looks pretty good for her age still too. Yeah. Doro.
You never know. She might be watching this show.
Dream big. Go big or go home.
Flavio Girl, ground level to see Ramstein cost about $100 a pop, and you're just standing watching the whole show. So that's not too bad.
You forgot to mention praying your eyebrows don't get singed off. You forgot to mention that too.
Yeah, no shit, man. Those flames are scary.
Mm-hmm.
In the front row, you could feel the heat. My one buddy told me that. He's like, dude, you should feel the fucking heat coming off the stage. I was like, dude, no thanks.
Yeah, I won't be seeing them anytime soon. Well, Bobby, thank you very much for coming on the show.
It was a pleasure, sir.
Hey, thank you for having me, man. I really appreciate the opportunity, man. It was always fun, talking to guys who know their shit. And I apologize for
we pretend that we
digressing here and there.
That's all right.
This was a fun conversation. So, it was cool to just shoot the shit with you, man. Thank you for being on.
We can pick it up another time if you guys want.
Yeah, definitely. You can come on the show whenever you want. And hopefully we get to come on your show at some point too.
Make a nuisance of myself.
Yeah. It's all right. That's what the show's about.
We are public nuisance number one.
That's it. There's nothing wrong with that. What do you guys think of John 5 real quick and Motley Crue?
I hate Motley Crue, so I don't care.
First two are the only good ones. First two albums.
Yes, I agree with you. but I'm a huge John 5 fan.
Me too.
I
I
think
love
he's
Rob
one of the
Zombie.
Yeah, I think he's one of the best guitarists that are out there. I mean, his solo work is insane. I thought Manson was best with him.
Yes.
So good for him getting a steady paycheck.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
you know,
it's
not
nice
gonna
to
hate on
see
him for
him.
that.
He's going to be in front of a lot more ears and eyes now, and it's good because he deserves it. He
Yeah.
is phenomenal. The album he did with David Lee Roth, man.
Yes, I
The
have that
LR
album. I
band.
love it.
I tell people all the time that's the best Van Halen album you've never heard yet because nobody fucking knows about it.
That's a good
Barely
point.
anybody. They got no fucking advertising, man. They used to play Slam Dunk once in a while.
What was it called?
DLR,
DLR
band.
band.
It's excellent, dude.
It was released by David himself on his own label. What Was That Records?
What Was
He
That?
self-released it.
And yeah, it's killer, man. Check it
That's
out.
great stuff. Wayne, great news.
What?
We have just matched. We just reached 910 subscribers.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So we are 90 subs away from monetization. Thank you, everybody, for helping
I
us get
subbed today.
circle.
You what?
What's
You
that?
did so. Oh,
I
thank you.
subbed.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Who's in for Halloween? What do you mean who's in for Halloween?
You going?
It's-
If you're going or not?
I'm not going. I've seen it enough.
I love to, but I just we're going. I'm taking my niece to go see Ghosts this summer, so
Cool.
thankfully tickets were cheap for that. So
I missed Candlemass because of I wanted to see Destruction. I was one or the other. I couldn't swing both.
oh, I love the last
Destruction.
Candlemass album, especially the track that they did with Iommi.
I'm a big fan of Candlemass.
So-
Period. From that Epicus, Doomicus, Metallicus up until the self, the new one, not the self-titled, but the new with their old singers back from Epicus, Doomicus, Metallicus.
Since you like Destruction, I got this box.
Oh, nice, man.
Did you ever? Do you have that? Or
No, hell no.
No, it's
I
pretty
didn't
cool.
even know there was that's all the vinyls together.
It's a picture discs.
Wow,
Yeah,
dude, get
nice.
out of here, man.
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty cool.
awesome.
I thought it was funny that you just mentioned Motley Crue, and I was like, doesn't he know Wayne hates them?
No, you don't. No.
I hate everything after fucking. Well, there's a few songs on Theater of Pain that kind of sound like they were written for Shout at the Devil. But I mean, if they could have stayed like Shout at the Devil, it's Vince didn't get into that fucking accident and kill fucking Razzle, we would have had something different.
I actually think the best song on that album is Save Our Souls because it was in the Demons soundtrack.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
So I enjoyed that song a lot, especially in the scene that they used it because they were in the cemetery, in the movie within the movie when that song was playing. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I'm a big Euro horror fan. Don't even get me started, bro, because that's a whole other fucking conversation there.
If we do Heavy Metal Halloween again, we do another Italian horror movie, we got to have him back on just for the
Fulci,
commentary.
fucking Dario Argento, Lamberto Bava, all of that, man. Michelle Suave,
Yeah.
all of that shit is fucking
Because
phenomenal.
we reviewed Demons 1 and 2, and Wayne was like, "Where'd the airplane come from? The helicopter?" I'm like,
That
"I
was-
don't know. I don't know where that helicopter came from."
That was another fucked up movie, man. When you first saw it, it was pretty wild.
Yeah, I loved it.
A movie for you guys to check out. Vampire. We're talking about best vampire movies. Check out Stakeland. Stakeland 1 and 2. They're fucking excellent, man.
Cool. Thank you.
Trying to remember it.
They're right up there with 30 Days a Night, kind of,
Mm.
almost.
I'll check it out. All right. So in case nobody knows who you are, Bobby, where can people find you and everything?
Okay, every Thursday night on metalmessiahradio.com, I have a show, Screams from the Metal Crypt. It's a metal show with a little horror vibe to it. I talk about horror movies, in there. And I don't really do a lot of talking, but I keep it to I think a decent amount of time, and then I start playing music again. But every Thursday from 7 to 11 p.m. on metalmessiahradio.com, and you can hear me play with Attacker. And I will have a show on the 25th with Purgatory at Dingbats, the Iron Maiden tribute. And the following weekend, Denim and Leather I think the name of the place is Love Drafts or something like that. It's in Pennsylvania. See, I play in PA a lot with those guys because that's where they're pretty much their home base. And
All right.
the scene is better in Pennsylvania, really.
Is it?
I'll tell you what, man. Yeah, we're already booked. Fucking, we probably have about 14 gigs already.
Really?
So yeah, I'll be playing out just about every other weekend for sure. Steady. So
Oh, that's good.
really
Cool.
helps.
At least somebody's got a show.
What's that?
At least somebody has a show, right, Lou?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
like
you know,
this.
it's like people want to hear stuff they know, you know? It sucks,
We
but
know.
a good cover band makes more fucking money than the original bands. How do I know? In both. So
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad but true. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean,
Hey.
my friend Damiano Christian's in Sacred Oath, and he's got an Ozzy tribute. He's got a Def Leppard tribute.
Hey man,
You
you
know?
have to survive, bro.
Yeah.
You really do.
Yeah.
But guys, I really appreciate it, man. I had a very enjoyable time. Thank you to everybody listening. Thanks to a few of my friends that popped into the chat.
Yeah, everybody stayed on for the whole show. So I
Yes.
love you
Thank you so
guys.
much.
I love my Metal Messiah Radio family. You guys know who you are. My chat family. You guys are the best. Without people like them and without fans,
yeah.
it would be fucking nothing, man.
No.
No, I tell you, metal fans are the most dedicated, and you know
Yeah.
that's why we're happy to be amongst them. So
Yeah, man. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate them like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah. Yep, and we appreciate everybody watching
Appreciate
the
you
show.
guys too.
Yeah, we
doing
appreciate
what
you
you
coming
do.
on. It was
Because you're
great.
helping keep the scene alive too, man. Everybody does share.
Yep. All right, everybody. Thank you very much again for coming on the show and watching, hanging out with us, and enjoying the chat. It was a lot of fun seeing all your messages here. So I appreciate everything that you guys have done tonight. And make sure you hit subscribe. Check Lou and I have a band called Severed Angel. Go check that out.
yes, we have a link tree.
I play you guys. I play you guys on Metal Messiah Radio.
Yes, I
Thank
know, I've
you.
heard.
Streams
Yeah.
in a Metal Crypt. So
Yep, I've been
see you
in there.
guys again.
Last actually, I was on there. I was in the chat last week, so I come in every once in a while.
Yeah, man. I
Which,
appreciate that. Appreciate
Thank you. Which song of ours do you like?
it. Oh man, you would make me go
He's
into
not
the
going to
sand
remember.
player.
Come on,
Do you like A Fate Worse Than Death?
it's the only one he has.
I'm
Sure.
gonna tell you which one I play.
I'd be happy with that.
I
That's
can
fine.
tell you right now. Give me a second. Severed Angel.
I feel bad even asking this question. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
but it's okay. I just heard about you guys a couple weeks ago. Come on. But I like what I hear. And the people, Fate Worse Than Death. Yeah.
Nice. Thanks, everyone. We appreciate that.
Fate
That's
Worse Than Death.
our most streamed song on Bandcamp. So
Great
that's
song,
cool.
man. I picked that song without even knowing that. So that should tell you something, really. You know?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, you know, who would have thought that a song like that would with a song title like that would you know, strike in the hearts of everyone who heard it. But then they hear it and they're just like, wow, what's this? Even my own brother, who, you know, hasn't he's the one who got me into metal. I mean, he got me into my favorite band of all time, Black Sabbath. I played him the song and he was bopping his head.
That's great.
He's like, this kind of reminds me of like Alcatraz with balls. I'm like, that's the nicest thing you could have ever told me. Thank you.
Yeah, man. I'm a big Sabbath fan too, man. We talked about
Awesome.
that, remember?
Hmm.
Or Ozzy, didn't we? Dwayne? Was that you or was that somebody else?
No, I don't think it was me. No.
Well, all right. Real quick. Ozzy,
Go ahead.
Ozzy or Dio?
Tony Martin.
Yeah.
I love the Tony Martin stuff.
So do I.
really do. I really do.
I'm gonna go Dio.
I'm gonna go. I say Dio too, bro. And you know, I always stick with that because I went to high school in 1981, and Heaven and Hell had just come out the year before, you know, in 80. So that one is more relevant, and I'm gonna have a lot of good nostalgic, you know, feelings towards that. And also Blizzard of Oz, man. Come on, that was out at the same time
Mhm.
as Heaven and Hell.
I'm gonna go Iommi, because without him there is no Sabbath, and 13 sucked.
The king of riffage right there.
Yep.
King. Yes, I love
Yeah,
Sabbath.
Black Sabbath changed so much when Dio came in the band, and he just made it kind of almost like hate to say it like a real band, but you know, just made it a totally different thing than when it was with Ozzy in the band. You know, it was just
it was different,
completely
and it
different
was
monster.
better in its own way.
Right.
You know, so
It didn't sound like the old stuff, that's for sure.
No, not at all.
so I was actually watching this this thing this unauthorized biography called Black Sabbath Up Close and Personal, and like I couldn't believe how many people said, "Oh, the stuff they did with Ronnie was great, but they should have never called the Black Sabbath." Are you fucking kidding me?
Get out of here. No, that's
I'm like, okay, boomers.
big respect to that era, you know. And Tony Martin too, man. He worked his ass off. What did he do? Like 5 albums with Sabbath. And his
Yeah, 5.
Forbidden, yeah. Don't forget Forbidden. A lot of people forget Forbidden, but his solo album that just came out most recently, Thorns, is excellent.
Oh, people were raving about that album. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys enjoy Tony Martin Sabbath, check it out. Thorns, killer.
Yeah, definitely go check that out, and go check out all the Attacker albums, and go listen to what's the name of your damn radio show again? I'm so tired right now, I can't remember.
Metal Messiah Radio.
Yeah, but what's the name of the show?
Radio,
What's the name of the
baby.
show? What's the name of the
Tomorrow
show?
night, 7 to 11.
What's the name of the show? Screams from the Crypt. There we go.
Screams from the Metal Crypt.
Crypt. All right,
Good
go
stuff.
check that out.
Good night.
And good night, everybody. Again, thank you very much, Bobby, for coming on the show. We will see you guys next
Thank
week.
you.
Next week, hit subscribe, ratsaladreview.com.
Smash that like button.
Smash it.
Linktree, Severed Angel, don't forget, and Demone.
Angel. I'll be playing you guys tomorrow night.
Thank you, sir.
Very cool. All right. Goodbye, guys.
All right. Good night.
Salud.
A salute.